Hi everyone, it's TJ90 here. Welcome to a new series, Rebuilding the School of Science, here with Everton. For those of you who don't know, Everton are a team that I support alongside Borussia Dortmund. Everton obviously being my first love, if you can call them that, at the moment. They are being very bad to me, bad for my health at the moment. But yes, in this series, we're going to basically try and get Everton back to the heights of the 80s when the School of Science was well and truly in full swing, and they were winning league titles, European trophies, FA Cups. Let's go. Now, in the interest of creating some sort of realism, if you can, I disabled the first transfer window, which means that I'm just going to rely on the players that we have. Now, don't worry, this is not the lineup we're going to be going with. The assistant obviously suggested this lineup last time out in our last friendly, which is against Fenerbahce. We didn't have a brilliant pre-season, if I'm being completely honest with you, but I have kind of come into a team, really changed things around. As you can see, one win against, I think, some Italian third division team. But yeah, basically the aim that I'm going for is I wanted to kind of experiment a little bit with the players that we have across a few different formations. So to begin with, this is probably going to be my main go-to. We're going to be playing Dele Alli there, Decore as the Carolero, Van der Beek as the box-to-box midfielder, with the likes of, where have you gone, guys? We're going to have Richie as the advanced forward and DCL as the target forward, Allen as the defensive midfielder. We were going to probably try and start blooding Nathan Patterson, but we're going to have to play Seamus Coleman. I mean, I say have to, he is a little bit of a legend. And then we are not having Michael Keane anywhere near the back line in a starting sense, although actually I might have to because Yerry Mina, in true Yerry Mina fashion, is not quite ready for this game. And Jordan Pickford, he should be fit. I think he literally just like bruised a finger or something like that, so he should be fine. This is probably going to be the main formation we're going to try. We've got Seamus Coleman and Mykolenko as the wing-backs attacking. Got them to try and stay as wide as possible to stretch the play. Decore is the Carolero, who's hopefully going to link the play nicely between Dele Alli and Alan. We've got Dele Alli as the attacking central midfielder. I want him basically just to roam around and try and get in to support the two strikers. And Van der Beek also has got the instruction to try and get further forward to support as the box-to-box. But obviously, we're going to have to see how that works out because equally he needs to balance that alongside his defensive duties alongside Alan. Slightly more direct passing, basically feed it up to Calvert-Lewin, and hopefully Mykolenko and Coleman will be able to get down the wings and whip those crosses in for him to nod in, hopefully all day long. However, failing that, we've got a backup of essentially what's going to be more of like a counter-attacking formation. This is going to be used against the likes of probably likes of Man City, etc. Big teams who are going to come up against. And in fact, I might actually put Coleman as an attacking fullback for that one, just so he can support Decore on the right-hand side. Calvert-Lewin just feeding, like peeling over slightly more towards the right-hand side to allow Dele Alli basically to occupy that space there alongside him. This is basically going to be very much counter-attack, circle possession, and ping it forward as quickly as possible. And then the third tactic we've gone for is literally just a traditional wing play formation, really. We're going to have the likes of Andros Townsend and Damari Gray on the wings if and when we use that, with Calvert-Lewin and Richie as the strikers again. Yeah, we're going to make the most of our depth. The good thing about having depth in a lot of variety of positions, like of Anthony Gordon, Damari Gray, who we've talked about, Andros Townsend, etc., is that we can actually afford to experiment with a few different tactical styles. It gives us that degree of flexibility, I think. Now, we've already touched on the lineup we're going to go for, but let's have a look at those options we have off the bench, in particular the young players. So, because we are going to be relying on our squad and not the transfers, certainly for the first half of the season, we're going to be looking at the likes of Lewis Dobbin, decent youngster, recently just signed a new contract with the club in real life. Can play out on the wings or up front. Obviously, in the main system we've got at the moment, he's going to be playing as a striker. Same as Anthony Gordon, he can play as a striker as well, but he will also fit into a wing formation, and he can actually play in behind the striker as like a number 10 as well. Just doesn't make the best use of his sort of moderate crossing ability. And then Jared Branthwaite, is going to be our centre-half, who we're going to try and blood and bring through into the team, probably over the course of this season. John Joe Kenny, at one point, looked like he was going to be leaving the club. He's had a bit of a resurgence recently, especially under Frank Lampard, so we're going to be looking to use him as a rotation option while we get the likes of Nathan Patterson up to speed to replace the ever-long stalwart of Seamus Coleman. So I would say the fixture list has been relatively kind in regards to our first game of the season. We've got Norwich, but then we've got Tottenham at home. Tottenham, I find very mixed on Football Manager. They either do quite well or they generally tend to do terrible. We then got Stoke in the Carabao Cup second round, Brighton, and then we've got Chelsea, Aston Villa and Liverpool. That's going to be a tough run. Hopefully by this point we'll have a good idea as to how this tactic is working. Failing that, we'll try and switching it up to something else. Now, if any of you have seen the tactic simulations I've done, both tactics I've used with Everton have worked very, very well. They've come 6th in one and 4th in the other. So I've got a backup. If mine aren't working, and bear in mind all of mine I've created from scratch that I'm using today, using so far that I've got the lads training on, if they don't work, I have got a backup to go to if needed. So yeah, I think I've waffled on for long enough. You kind of got an idea of what we're hoping to achieve so far and what limitations we're setting ourselves. Obviously, once January rolls around, we will be able to start making signings, and I will be looking into the free transfer market to try and add some depth into the squad and some quality. But I think without further ado, let's just get into this game against Norwich, everyone. So the lineup is pretty much as you saw it just before, no changes to that. The only thing we've done is just change the bench a little bit around. Oh, and we need to increase that speed. That'll do. That was a terrible pass from Donny. If you are interested in the concept of this save and you do want to keep up to speed with it, then do drop a like down below. Let me know what you think in the comments, and yeah, if you want to sort of stay up to date with it as and when I drop the episodes, ring that notification bell and subscribe so that you don't miss them as and when they come out. This is going to be running alongside the Pentagon Challenge now that we've finished our Dortmund series. Now, when I picked this save, I did run a poll on my Twitter. Oh, Richie's in. He was offside. I ran a poll to do either Everton, Partizan Belgrade or Atalanta. Now, Partizan and Everton got tied on the Twitter, but in Jake Cooper's Discord, the overwhelming vote was for Everton. But what will happen is if I have time, I will do a Partizan save as well. But obviously, Pentagon is going to take up so much time that, you know, I'm going to have to sort of try and prioritise doing that. I think I usually play it a bit faster. But yeah, interestingly enough, Leeds beat Chelsea in the lunchtime kickoff. Donny whips it in. Calvert-Lewin heads it over. Armando Broja taking the lead for Southampton against Palace. We are tipped to be relegated, I think, this season. So I'll be interested to see what the actual media prediction is. Donny swings it in again, straight into the hands of Tim Krul. So we don't have any European competitions this season, so this is basically just going to be the league campaign. Obviously, the bigger games are the likes of Liverpool, Man City, Man United, so they will be some of the episodes you will be seeing. Sorry, some of the games you'll be seeing in some of the episodes. And then, obviously, it just depends on a cup run. Depends on what episodes we get to see, but yeah, should be a good save. I usually do an Everton save once an FM, like, you know, once a year. I couldn't really finish my one last year because I was getting so frustrated because I got so emotionally invested, so I kind of stopped because I was getting too wound up. But I had a really good FM18 Everton save where won the league a few times, got to a Champions League final where I lost on penalties to Liverpool. Yeah, I usually do enjoy them. Just because I have that attachment, it can sometimes get a little bit frustrating. Van der Beek's been booked. I do not want him to be getting a red card this early on. Ease off those tackles, Donny. Mikolenko crosses it in, out to Decore. Plays it back to Seamus, crosses it in, looks for Richie, the far post, header is saved by Tim Krul. He was offside though. Well, that was a fairly boring first half. Right, lads, come on. Let's start creating some more chances. Obviously, the other option I do have as well is I can literally just put Dele up as a number 10. Yeah, let's try that and see if that gets us a bit more joy. Shadow Striker. For some reason, I'm having a formatting issue with oh my word, with my Football Manager, so I can't actually see the confirm sub button at the bottom, which is very annoying. Oh man, why is it doing that? Honestly, you stupid fucking game. Nice play, Richarlison. Feeds Dele Alli. And he scores. And he scores. What a great little assist that by Richarlison. And Dele Alli gets the goal in his debut. That was a really nice finish. Look at that. Great footwork there from Richarlison. Feeds Dele Alli. Gets it out. Places it into the corner. Great goal. Max Aarons whips it over. Oh my days, Pickford. Do not be dropping the ball like that. Decore's injured. Outstanding. And Gomez straight in. Seamus, Richarlison. We are enjoying ourselves, but don't like it when it's 1-0. I think we bring on Dobbin. Let's get him involved. And what I'll do when it gets to 80 minutes is I'll put Dele back into the midfield. Dobbin with the header. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah, so Dele is going back into the midfield now. And Van der Beek is knackered. So I think we'll go Tom Davies for him and Dele back into there. And we'll just put Dele on as a supporting midfielder. And I think that will do us. Tell the lads to focus. Michael Keane, Ben Godfrey up against his old club. Pings a great ball forward to Lewis Dobbin, who tries to feed it over for Calvert-Lewin, just can't quite get there. Michael Keane to Tom Davies. Michael Keane plays it forwards, but oh, Tom Davies has picked it up. What can Dobbin do? Feeds Dele. Come on, DCL, get on your bike. Ben Gibson is not even that quick either. And now they're going to counter us here, and they should have scored. They really should have scored. How did they not score that? That was really quite poor from John Sargent. Slow it down now, please. Take your time, Jordan. That was too close. Great. Come on, DCL. You should be using your superior strength and height to win that. Right. He's getting far too much space there, John Sargent. Now, do I pull Ben Godfrey across? In fact, I know what we do. I can't make any more subs. Where is he? Where is Josh Sargent, sorry. I'm just going to stick Ben Godfrey on him because Ben Godfrey will mark him out the game. Ben Godfrey should easily be able to outjump Josh Sargent. Good tracking back by Dobbin then on Aarons. And Ben Godfrey does enough to push him off, but you see that then the way he just drifted over and was just able to put Josh Sargent off. Norwich are really, really ramping up the pressure now as the game is winding down and they are pushing so hard for that equaliser. You're riding our luck big time. Billy Gilmore. Now Jordan, slow it down please. Run, just run at them. Come on, DCL, put the pressure on, man. Ooh, oof. Blocked by Seamus. That's another corner. What can we do? He's already staying wider, is Gomez. Seamus, oh my word, what am I doing? Why didn't I think to do that in the first place? I'm just not used to playing with such out and out wing backs. I should have just stuck them on defend and got them to stay back. Why did I not think to do that? That was absolutely stupid. Tell you what, if they had have, I think he was offside anyway, but great hands by Jordan. If they had have scored from a cross, and I'd have realised after the game that I've been playing with attacking wing backs while they were ramping up to play down the wings, I would have absolutely been fuming with myself. That should be it. 10 seconds to go. And I will take it. Not been a pretty win, but I will take it. It's a win all the same. No complaints. So Dukes is going to be out for 2 weeks with pulled ankle ligaments. Get my words out, but it's okay. We've got the option to rotate in midfield and also to change the system. Now we have got coming up, as we touched on, like some Spurs, etc. coming up next. I think logically we bring it back for the derby, don't we, everyone? Merseyside derby at home at Goodison. I think that is when we bring it back. If you enjoyed the video, everyone, like I said, leave a like down below. Pop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe while you're there. Why not? Why not? You don't want to miss this exciting Everton adventure. I mean, it's going to be exciting for me. It might not be as exciting for you. But I think it's really good to try and do it, especially when how bad Everton have been this season in real life. Under Lampard, I am a lot more optimistic. He looks like he's getting the lads to play a good style of football, which we did work for us under Martinez to begin with, when we still had the strength of David Moyes' defensive side. But yeah, it all fell apart because Martinez didn't tell them how to defend, basically. So I think if Lampard can sort out with the defensive frailties, he's going to need some new centre-halves in the summer, which is where we, on this save, are going to be prioritising. If we want a decent partner for Ben Godfrey, then yeah, I think we could definitely be having a decent season next season. I don't think we'll get relegated. I think we're too... I know people say, oh, you're too good to go down, but you can't say that. But I think the teams around us, we've got too many games in hand. We are playing some good football, and I think we've got enough about us just to keep our noses clean of that relegation zone. But yeah, take care, everyone. I've waffled on a little bit there, but yeah, really good to see you. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.